And welcome to Sean's View Entertainment Books tonight's Monday Night Raw. Now, I know I'm giving you this video at 12 a.m. in the morning, but once again, this is from the mind of Sean's View Entertainment, as if I were in charge, if I were booking, if I were coming up with the plans and the strategy for Monday Night Raw tonight. Now, we all know that this is the final Raw before Extreme Rules. So you're going to have to advance, you're going to have to get involved, and you're going to have to want to get the fans, give the fans a reason to want to tune in to Extreme Rules, and don't switch that channel. Don't take that clicker and hit it just yet. Sean's View Entertainment here to provide you with my thoughts and my rundown of Monday Night Raw. I will be here covering Raw all day long with any rumors, news, or headlines, and maybe even doing a Raw live stream while Raw is on, interacting and talking with my viewers and subscribers. So watch out for that, and please share my videos all over Facebook and Twitter. Once again, I will be here to provide all the latest details on Monday Night Raw. Remember, it is the final Raw. Extreme Rules is this Sunday. Is the WWE going to do a better job of booking Raw in a creative manner? Let's find out. At the top of Raw, backstage, Shane McMahon makes a main event for tonight. A preview of sorts for Extreme Rules. This Sunday, okay, because we know Extreme Rules this Sunday on the WWE Network. Shane McMahon books a match. It's going to be in an Extreme Rules handicap match, as Roman Reigns will face The Club 2-on-1. So Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. Stephanie McMahon then comes into the room and says, well, you know what? I'm going to up the ante. I'm going to book a co-main event. That co-main event will be AJ Styles versus the Usos in a tables match. So we already got the two top main events squared away for the night. That sets the tone for the rest of the night. First match of the night, we have Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. 2 out of 3 falls. Kevin Owens wins the first fall due to an assist from The Miz, because during this match, The Miz and Cesaro are at ringside. Why? Well, because they're going to be in a fatal four-way intercontinental title match at Extreme Rules. So The Miz helps Owens with the victory. The second fall, Cesaro assists Zayn. Zayn gets the victory over Kevin Owens. Then Cesaro and The Miz come to blows at ringside. There's a huge brawl that breaks out between The Miz and Cesaro. As this is going on, Kevin Owens is interrupted by this. Kevin Owens is thrown off. Kevin Owens is distracted by this. Sami Zayn rolls up Kevin Owens. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn gets the victory over Kevin Owens in what was going to be, or will be, a spectacular 2 out of 3 falls match. But, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't end there. Sami Zayn, you know, he gets the victory. Owens then gets irate and destroys everyone with a steel chair and is the last man standing. Now, we know on SmackDown, from the WWE's perspective, The Miz was the last man standing. Well, tonight, Kevin Owens is the last man standing, the last prize fighter standing. Now, 8:35 p.m., and remember, you got to counter in replays, commercial breaks, promotion. You know how Monday Night Raw works. At 8:35, Rusev is interviewed in the ring by Byron Saxton. After continually being asked what Rusev called stupid questions by Saxton, Rusev was about to strike Byron Saxton. He was about to nail him, probably with a savate kick, a super kick, a spin kick, maybe lock on the accolade, but we'll never know, because out would come Callisto. Callisto scales the top rope, a missile drop kick on Rusev. Here's the problem. Once Callisto does this, Rusev backs up into Lana. Lana gets knocked down. This does not sit well with Rusev. So Rusev gets, momentarily dazed. Callisto goes to check on Lana. Then Callisto gets destroyed by Rusev from behind. Rusev locks in the accolade, probably the damnedest accolade you'll ever see. So much so that Callisto could not walk out on his own power and had to be stretchered out of the arena, leading to assume that it will be a stretcher match for the United States title between Rusev and Callisto. But that's, once again, if I were booking things. That's just if I were in charge. A stretcher match. You got to make this somewhat interesting and compelling, right? So that runs from around 8:35 to 8:50. From 8:55 to 9:05, it looks like Rusev then is in a match. He's in an actual scheduled match, because that was just an interview. Rusev makes short work of Sin Cara from 8:55 to 9:05. Then we are booked in a mixed person tag team match of Natalya and Dean Ambrose versus Charlotte and Chris Jericho. It's a little interesting here. Jericho gets the pin over Ambrose after having his feet all over the ropes in a leverage pinfall. Shane McMahon doesn't like this. This does not sit well with Shane. He says, this is not the way the match is going to end. I'm going to restart this mixed intergender match. The match restarts with Charlotte getting the submission victory over, with Natalya. Natalya getting the submission victory over Charlotte. Yeah, Natalya winning over Charlotte. Yeah, I'll get it right. At 12 o'clock in the morning, it's kind of hard for me to comprehend. But so the match is restarted. Charlotte loses to Natalya via the sharpshooter. But do you think it ends there? The shenanigans, the drama. We know what's been happening. We know what's been building with both Natalya and Charlotte, as well as Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho. So Natalya makes Charlotte tap out to get the victory for her and Ambrose. But after the match, Jericho takes the leg out from Ambrose that he's been attacking over the last several weeks. You know, the walls of Jericho. Then he put Ambrose in the jacket there. Jericho will then wrap Ambrose's legs around the ring post, go underneath the ring, grab a cinder block, and he would shatter the cinder block over the knee of Dean Ambrose, leading us to assume, leading us to doubt, leading us to a question. Is Dean Ambrose going to be 100% going into Extreme Rules, let alone will he be able to walk? And as this is going on, Charlotte attacks Natalya from behind with the Women's Championship, much like she did last week in my booking of Monday Night Raw. And then she sends Natalya outside the ring and sends Natalya flying over the barricade into the fans. So obviously Natalya setting an example, Charlotte setting an example for Natalya, taking out Natalya in this match. From 9:55 to 10:10, Big E versus Simon Gotch, because we know we have a tag team match going on. Gotch picks up the win with a handful of tights on Big E. Up next, a handicap tables match. The Usos versus AJ Styles. And after a hard-fought match, somehow, someway, AJ Styles is able to put through tables, or the Usos get put through tables. Not simultaneously. One gets put through one gets put through the other. And as AJ Styles is celebrating the win after the match, gets the win over that, Roman Reigns out of nowhere. Now, keep in mind, there's a table set up in the corner of the ring where the turnbuckle is. Roman Reigns comes in and spears the hell out of AJ Styles right through the table. Splinters everywhere. AJ Styles is broken in half. Roman Reigns celebrates with the Usos. So it looks like Roman Reigns gets a head up before Extreme Rules. Or does he? So, once again, that was just a hell of a moment. That'll be one of the top 10 moments on Raw when WWE puts it up on their YouTube channel. Up next at 10:32, Cesaro versus The Miz. Remember what happened earlier in the night between these two. I'm trying to be consistent with these, storylines. I'm trying to get involved. I'm trying to, transform it. I'm trying to just, let it. I'm just trying to extend the length of it and not just have one segment. Have these superstars and guys involved in a couple of segments, because you do got a pay-per-view this Sunday. So Cesaro versus The Miz. Maurice pays huge dividends, helps The Miz, low blows Cesaro as the referee was distracted, and The Miz picks up the win over Cesaro. But then Kevin Owens comes out to the ramp. He cuts a promo on The Miz saying that, you better hold that Intercontinental title tight because you're just keeping it warm for me. But then Sami Zayn would come out of nowhere, attack Kevin Owens, and throw him into the Titantron, the stage, where you stand at the top of the stage there. He would catapult Owens into the stage. Sami Zayn gets the last laugh over Kevin Owens tonight. At 10:48, we go backstage pretty quickly with Paige and Alberto Del Rio being real close. Really, really close. I mean, they look like they are very deep in conversation. What's happening there? Then at 10:50 to 11:10, Roman Reigns versus The Club. Extreme Rules match, 2-on-1. And as Roman Reigns is closing in on victory, AJ Styles from out of nowhere hits a flying phenomenal forearm. The Club then hits their finisher on Roman Reigns for the 3 count. AJ Styles then hits the Styles Clash after the match. He hits the Styles Clash on Roman Reigns on the WWE Championship, sending a huge message to Roman Reigns that he is not playing around. And this is how Monday Night Raw ends. So you advance, you put question, you put doubt in the mind. You know, you just keep up continuity throughout the night. You know, you follow up. That's what I like to do during these Raw bookings, is you follow up with what was going on. So that's how I would book Monday Night Raw. I know it may not be the best booking I have done, but I've been very, very busy. You know, I do have a daughter. I do have another life, but I love to commit as much time to YouTube and my viewers and subscribers as possible. So yeah, I kind of just whipped this together. Sometimes I put hours and hours into my Raw bookings, but this was just kind of slapped together, and I know it may not be that great, but it's probably going to be better than what Monday Night Raw is going to give us anyways. So the next Raw, though, the night after Extreme Rules, that's going to be pretty interesting. So you're going to want to look out for Sean's Event Books Monday Night Raw. Remember, from the mind of Sean's View Entertainment. You know, it sucks that, you know, most of my viewers and subscribers, you know, don't want me to continue doing the fictive WWE news where I come up with my own scenarios and my own situations and my own news, even though it's, you know, fake and it's made up. I mean, I wanted to give you guys new segments. I wanted to give you new uploads. I wanted to advance and, you know, go on and... But you subscribers and viewers, you don't want it. A lot of you people say I should retire. A lot of you people say I'm useless. A lot of people say I should just kill myself. So, you know, hey, whatever. Whatever. I'm just here to do what I do and upload. Hey, if you don't like that, well then tough luck. Subscribe.